Brandon Woodruff, the Mississippi native, will be on the mound in this one. Dan,
And
please,
for some
Zach, what do you got?
baseball.
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that is a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well, let's just say he can be pretty bad at times. But it'll be interesting to see which one we see.
So Mets and Brewers.
Hopefully he's going to be a little bit more Jekyll than Hyde in this one here today.
Here comes the first pitch. Here's a
Oh
shot
my.
to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo home run for Ahmed Rosario. And the Mets are on the board first, 1-0.
But dude.
You talk about starting a game off quick. We couldn't even get the lineup cards in yet, and this guy's already going deep.
And here's the former first-round draft choice, Brandon Nimmo. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one.
Brandon Nimmo.
And that misses downstairs for a ball, 1-1. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
Hey, Joe McDonald, he's a tough guy to figure out sometimes, D-Roll. One inning, he'll be given that inside corner. The next inning, he doesn't get
Right to me.
inside corner. His zone fluctuates a lot.
You know, Dan, you could see some definite confusion on the face of some hitters today. Questioning in the strike zone. One pitch is a strike on the outer half. The next time it's a ball. Kind of a little cat and mouse with the umpire when you should be focused on the pitcher.
And now a chance to meet the Mets. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, you better keep an eye on Robinson Cano as this game moves along. This guy hit over 300 last year, and man, it was impressive. Just hitting over 300 is really something special to look at. He's a consistent hitter. I love watching his approach. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He'll be there again this year if he continues to stay within himself.
Jeff McNeil comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. The windup and the 0-1. This is pulled into right. Yelich will back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are two gone.
Boy, sometimes they say you hit it hard, good things will happen. Well, that's not the case right there. That was a bullet that just stayed up and is caught in the outfield.
Up next will be the power bat of Peter Alonso. Unable to find the zone with the slider. 2 out, nobody on. Hit sharply on the ground.
Right to me.
Reined in. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. But another look here at the solo shot leading off the ball game. On to the bottom of the first, it's 1-0 Mets. Jacob deGrom, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Well, I'll tell you, starting pitchers go, he's one of the best around. He's really found what works for him, and he's had a lot of success because of it. I think he expects to go out there and dominate every
Come on,
game he
Kane.
starts. And he usually does. No one should be surprised if he turns in a really solid start here.
A ball and no strikes. Two and 0 to the Brewers center fielder. Kane is a very well-regarded defensive outfielder. Used to be that fielders were evaluated mostly by the eyeball test and simple stats like fielding percentage, but of course these days there are many more
He missed it.
ways that help determine a guy's work in the field, and in his case, he shines in many ways.
You know, Matty, for me, I think he does pass the eyeball test. I know you have to look at all the numbers and the
There we
analytics
go.
to really appreciate a
I'm not
player
giving
like
up.
this. But man, does he come to work every day to play hard.
The third baseman,
Here's Eric Sogard. She'll look to first. And the runner back. As a look, now the pitch. Here's a little
Come on,
chopper up the
dude.
middle. Rosario's got it. Throws in time, and that's out number one. Time now for a look at the hometown Brewers starting lineup. Who stands out to you, Danny?
Well, look out for Lorenzo Cain as this game moves along. This guy hit over 300 last year, and man, it was impressive. Just hitting over 300 is really something special to look at. He's a consistent hitter. I love watching his approach. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He'll be there again this year if he continues to stay within himself.
From the belt, kicks and deals. And this one's in the dirt. Cain, the runner at second with one
Come on,
away.
hit it deep.
Hit hard on the ground to second.
It's not deep.
And that's the second out. So stepping in, Omar Narvaez, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First pitch coming, here it is. Good late break to the slider here, but he takes it in on the hands for ball one. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Offered it a low one there, but came up
Oh
empty.
my.
This is the
So
stuff
let
that
that go.
infuriates a manager. You have to think the game. You got to know he's trying to pitch around you. You cannot swing at that pitch out of the zone.
The set and the 1-1.
Oh,
Saw
dude.
his eyes light up that time, but he swung at a bad one there.
And this pitcher's feeling the flow right now. 2 outs in the first inning. He's got really nice mechanics working right now and blew that fastball right by him.
Pulled the string on him. Strike 3 swinging. And the throw to first ends the inning. So no runs here on a base.
That was just a terrible at bat.
Standing in, Michael Conforto, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the second inning. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. That one bends into the zone. A strike on the breaking ball. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Down you go.
All right, guys, here's a defensive alignment for the Milwaukee Brewers. And let's take a look at Kristen Yelich, former Gold Glove winner in 2014, covers a ton of ground out there and don't test the arm.
So one away here with the bases empty and set to stand in the fine second baseman Robinson Cano. And here's a called strike to the 36-year-old veteran. It's 0-1.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball game right now. He's
Let's tag him.
a pitcher you want to let get into a groove out there.
And they'll just tag him out along the first base line. Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. And he comes back with one in there for a high strike.
There's a called strike on a changeup, not a particularly good one. That changeup up in the zone like this oftentimes gets hit very hard.
One
Was
more.
able to get away with it that time, but if he's going to be successful, he's going to need to get that changeup down in the zone around the knees.
That gets down, and the inning continues.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting this baseball back.
Jed Lowry.
Here's Jed Lowry now. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike one. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Behind 0-2 now. Ramos, the runner at first with 2 gone. Lying toward the gap in left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Hey, after back-to-back
Come on.
hits right now, This pitcher thought he was going to cruise through this inning, and now he's got traffic, and he's in jeopardy with a ball.
That's a good hit, Bill.
The ball missed over the heart of the plate, a crooked number going on the board.
1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1.
I know that fastball registered at about 92, 93, but I guarantee you it looked about 4 to 5 miles an hour faster than that for this offensive player. After coming off a curveball, the old push the throttle and pull it is being used.
Hot shot.
Dude, that's efficient. Come on.
Base hit. Garcia gets it back in, and that'll hold the runner at third base.
Hey, don't let the fact that this guy's on the mound fool you right here. This guy has a nice approach at the plate, knows what he's doing, has history. I'm not surprised he was able to mix in a base.
And that will bring in the former top prospect, Ahmed Rosario. Fouled away. Given the situation, he's got an opportunity to break this game wide open. Skied into...
Oh, no.
Yelich is under it. He's got it, and that'll get him out of the jam. Mets leave him loaded. He played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. So here is Avisail Garcia. He'll start us out here in the home half of the second.
The left fielder, Avisail Garcia.
Here comes the pitch for Garcia. And that changeup makes him jump a swing and a miss. Behind 0-2 now. This one's down to third. Played on the backhand. Throw by Lowry, and there's the first out.
Get me by a step.
Okay, here's how the Mets are lining up defensively. And let's focus on Robinson Cano, one of the softest hands in all our sport. Probably turns one of the best double plays in the game. Captain of the defense.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And that'll bring in the left fielder, Ryan Braun. First pitch on its way. First pitch curveball swung out and missed. Strike one. And no swing apparently. Ball one.
Not sure what he saw in that pitch, but it sure looked tempting. And at least he held up. He must have been guessing.
A little behind on that swing,
Come
and
on,
now they'll
Brian.
try to shorten up
Brian.
maybe and protect the plate. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike three.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
Fly ball out to straightaway right.
Not what I'm looking for.
Conforto is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Gone in order are the Brewers. They're on. Now at the plate, Brandon Nimmo. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
The center fielder, number 9.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Kane is there, and he has it for the first.
Nice one, Kane.
Now batting.
So one man gone for the Mets in the third, and that'll bring in Jeff McNeil. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Right down the middle with a changeup, but not what he was looking for, taken for a strike. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to straightaway right field as the Mets are out in front now, 2-0.
Well, he's given up 2 long balls in just 2 1/3 innings of work. So it seems as though they might have his number here. Not sure how much more the manager wants to see. He needs to turn it around quick if he wants to stay in this one for a while.
Standing in now, Peter Alonso. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And foul, though it had the home run distance. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Takes this the other way to right.
Ooh, right to me.
There, 2 down.
Now batting. The right fielder.
Now at the plate, Michael Conforto, who was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You can tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
And this will find the wall deep in the corner. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
When it left his bat, I thought it might squirt foul, but it hugged the line and found its way into the corner. Thought it might be a little bit closer play at second, but he cruised in there with relative ease.
Dude just don't got it today.
At the plate, Robinson Cano. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. He takes it to the opposite field, high and deep to left. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. And the run will score from second here as this is now a 3-0 game.
Well, you know, in
Nope,
today's
don't got
game,
it.
D-Row, pitchers are being taught high
Getting
velocity,
lit up.
don't get ahead, strike one. Boy, that didn't work in that situation.
Yeah, and guys have such put-away pitches, Dan. You don't want to go super deep in the count. Find yourself with 2 strikes on you, and here comes a nasty slider or a nasty split finger. He had an approach right there. He wanted to use an ambush tactic, and it worked.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone. Ramos, playing here in his age 31 season. He's a 9-year Major League vet.
Hey, that's a
Come on,
really
do it
good
again.
pitch right there, and that's one of those off-balance swings. As a pitcher, you want to look in and say,
Oh, come on,
"Hey,
dude, get up."
you're waving at me." A real
And the throw to first.
Ooh, got him.
The inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's
They
the
managed to
Mets
get that
3
one speed.
And the Brewers nothing. Into the box now, number 2. First trip to the plate for him in the ball game.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Usually you see chases outside the zone on off-speed stuff like sliders, breaking balls, and changeups. But to chase a fastball that far outside the zone tells me this hitter's not seeing it well at all.
This is line to left, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So the Brewers get their leadoff man aboard to start out the frame.
Hey, right here, anytime the leadoff hitter gets on in front of the pitcher, it puts the defense on notice. You're going to see the third baseman creeping in. You're going to see the first baseman crashing, trying to get that out at second base. But if not, make sure of one.
All right. All you got to do is bunt.
Into the box, Brandon Woodruff, as he'll square to try and move that runner over, but misses for the first strike.
He doesn't even have to look down at the third base coach right here. That sack bunt is definitely staying on.
Showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball 1. Got it back in time there, and it's 2-1. He broke out the slide step there,
Come on,
Danny.
dude, don't want to give me a bunt. Come on.
Thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat-mouse game continues on.
And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. There's 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first.
The batter. The center fielder.
In now is Lorenzo Cain, a base hit in his first trip. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave us
a swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Nimmo going back, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double.
And with that double, he's 2 for 2 and halfway to the cycle. Gave it a good ride, and that's the second time he's barreled up the ball. So he's seeing the ball really well. See if his teammates can pick him up and bring him home now.
Stepping in now, Eric Sogard. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 2 men are in scoring position for him, so he'll look to make this a 1-run game with a base hit here. The 1-0 home is taken for ball 2. Sogard, affectionately referred to as nerd power thanks to the signature specs. He was taken in the second round back in the draft of 2007.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar.
Come on, dude.
Everyone knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
And Cano will put this one away for route number 2.
Great scoring opportunity in this right there. You talk about frustration, popping it up with 2 runners in scoring position. He'd like to get that one back.
Here comes the first pitch. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. This is hit the other way out toward left field. McNeil sprinting after it, and this will make its way to the 344 marker. And the second run is across to make this a 3-2.
Good hit, good hit.
Now.
This thing was a double or more the second it left his bat. He really drove it well, and it ended up one-hopping the wall out there. And more importantly, he picks up 2 RBI along the way.
Into the box now, Omar Narvaez. Popped him
Come
up.
on, Omar.
And the catch made here by Lowry, and that ends the inning. The sights in.
We got 2.
Into the box now, Jed Lowry as we begin the top of the 4th.
Number 4.
Ready to deliver, here's the first pitch.
Lowry.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Garcia has a read on it, looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now back, the pitcher.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and that'll bring up the converted shortstop from his days at Stetson University, Jacob deGrom. No balls and a strike to count. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Line towards center
Come
field.
on, dude.
And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. So the lineup car turns over with 1 away following the base hit out of the pitcher's spot.
Now back, the shortstop. Ahmed.
There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's been pretty bad for 3 1/3 innings so far. That's the 8th hit he's given up. And if he doesn't get his mind straight, he's going to be heading to the showers early.
First pitch on its way. Here's a curveball that runs outside. It's ball 1.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's throwing strikes, but he's just not throwing enough quality strikes.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off.
Come on.
Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even.
Do it again.
Balls and 2 strikes. Don't.
You're not going for it.
Missed, but it's not for me to decide. 3-2.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
He's set. Here's the 3-2, and he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away.
When a guy homers off you early in the game, the last thing you want to do is challenge him and maybe have him do it again. He was a lot more careful with him there.
Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now.
You know, I think that curveball in the previous pitch had him thinking about getting another one because there's no reason he shouldn't have had a big rip at that fastball. That was right in every hitter's happy zone.
Yelich is right there as he takes it for the second out.
Now back,
Jeff McNeil will be the next to take a turn. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Fielded cleanly. On to first, and the Mets are going to come up empty here as that ends the inning. 2 left for the Mets, but they still lead it 3-2.
Only down by 1.
Sail Garcia, he's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Garcia.
Ready with the first pitch, here it comes. Hit down the third baseline. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Back up the middle. And a base hit, so early trouble to lead off the inning.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there,
Go
Dan.
ahead.
Sent it back right where it came from.
Here's Ryan Braun now, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Fastball just off the inside corner. We're in the 4th. 3-2 is our score. Keeping it
Dude, come on.
It's to 1-2.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch when you're looking for the double play ball.
And that misses 2-2. Now he'll throw over, and he'll dive back in safely. Garcia gets his lead at first, nobody out. Swung on it.
Wow.
Really fooled him that time for the first out.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball.
You know, that almost works like a pitch out there. Maybe you get the guy to chase out of the zone, but at the very least, it gives the catcher something good to throw if the man on first is on the move.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Next for Milwaukee, number 2. He reached on a single in his first try. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
Throw over to first, runner back standing. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
This is what makes him so dangerous as a pitcher. 5 weapons that he can go to, and he's working ahead in the count. This is a tough matchup.
Easy take there as the off-speed pitch misses well inside. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Wow. Got me again.
Milwaukee leaves 1. They're down 3-2.